What's going on, everyone? Welcome into NFL Daily. I'm your host, Harris Rubenstein. Alongside me is Tom Downey. Instead of paying attention to whatever else is going on in the world, just shut it all out and join us for some NFL power
Because sports are better anyway.
Sports are better anyway. Who doesn't even know what's going on with the Supreme Court? Let's pay attention to sports, and let's talk about a team that everyone wants to talk about, Tom. That's the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. Now, the Arizona Cardinals coming in number 32 on our power rankings. Mm-hmm. They're terrible, but they're still more interesting than anything going on in the Supreme Court.
Are they, though?
Yes.
This Cardinals team is bad.
They're really bad.
Like, you see the BETDSI odds up there to win Super Bowl 53, and they're dead last. And I don't know if they're ever going to go below 25K.
Plus 25,000.
Good news, Josh Rosen is now your starting quarterback.
Chosen Rosen, baby. Remember the tribe.
We'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to go great overall for the Cardinals.
I think if you're a Larry Fitzgerald fantasy owner, you're about to see a big-time uptick in targets, receptions, touchdowns, yards, and any other relevant receiving number. He's going to rely on Fitzgerald a lot in these first couple of games. Let's go away from the Cardinals. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's talk about the Raiders. Much more interesting team to talk about, seeing as they have been a very good football team for 3 quarters out of 4, and then it gets to the 4th quarter, and they crumble completely.
Because they're
House
old.
of Cards.
They're old. They're an old
Is that
football
really
team.
the explanation, or is it Derek Carr not being able to do anything in the clutch?
Why not both? I feel
fair.
bad for the Raiders because they've been really close to actually getting over that. They probably should have beat the Dolphins. They should have beat the Denver Broncos, and they found ways to lose games.
It's great.
It's kind of like the Browns, actually.
It's almost
the old Browns now, I guess.
It's just so indicative of a head coach that I just don't think is quite there yet. Obviously, John Gruden, without a decade, without being an NFL coach. Let's go to number 30. Probably one of the biggest disappointments so far of the NFL season, the Houston Texans, currently sitting at 0-3. Deshaun Watson's look okay at times.
I think we need to consider this as a possibility that maybe the Texans are just bad. I know it's only 3 games. Maybe they're just bad. And maybe the handful of games that we saw last year with Deshaun Watson healthy when he had a lot of the touchdowns, maybe they're just a bad football team, Harris.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And you have to wonder how much longer the Texans ownership is going to wait for Bill O'Brien to actually win a game for this team.
If they have another bad year, I think he's gone.
Yeah, I totally agree.
He survived the power struggle last year, but it might be time.
Yeah. Let's go to number 29. The Buffalo Bills, the biggest upset maybe ever, going into Minnesota, beating the Vikings after being 16.5-point underdogs, go into Minnesota, beat the Vikings. Not only beat the Vikings, they trashed the Vikings. Josh Allen was fantastic in the first half.
I don't really know what happened there. I'm still not fully ready to believe in Buffalo.
No.
Clearly, the rest of the Chat Sports voters feel similarly because they're only down there at number 29.
Look, here's all you have to know. The entire game was over once Josh Allen hurdled Anthony Barr.
It was pretty cool.
It was over. The game was over. Cool. That's how you do. Sometimes random stuff happens in the NFL, like Josh Allen hurdling Anthony Barr. Which is the worst team in the NFL, Tom? Heart for Cardinals, like for Raiders, wow face for Texans, laughing face for Bills.
Of the Chat Sports staff voters, everyone picked Arizona except for one. Shout out to you, James Yoder.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone picked the Cardinals but James.
I've actually had the Cardinals as the worst team in football for the last 2 weeks because they are just they're an embarrassment to football right now.
You look smart because the Bills somehow beat the Vikings.
Boom. Let's go to number 28. Probably wouldn't be this low if Jimmy Garoppolo didn't tear his ACL, but here are the 49ers at the bottom half of the NFL again.
Absolutely not, and it's because Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt.
Yeah.
Without Jimmy Garoppolo, wrap up the year, it's over. Mm-hmm. They're not going to compete with C.J. Beathard.
I think this is a teeny bit too low for them because I do like what their defense has done so far this year. Now, obviously, a game, giving up 38 points against the Chiefs, whatever, it's the Chiefs. They're the hottest team in football right now, but their defense has looked quite good through the first couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, but I docked them a lot because Jimmy G's hurt.
Yeah, that's fair. I did too. I had them coming in at number 26, so this is about, it's about it. Is the season over without Jimmy G?
It's done.
It's done. Yeah,
it's
I'm throwing. Why?
I'm sorry, Niners fans. I know you guys had hope.
Why?
Come back, yes. Quit trying to make weird bunny ears.
I'm making a why.
It's the season's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Sorry, guys.
Let's go to number 27. The New York Football Jets. They won in Week 1, and then since then it has just gone completely downhill.
So normally I am a hater. I am not the hater today. I had the Jets at 22, actually.
Really?
I had them all the way up there. I think that they're a little bit better team than maybe we're giving credit for.
They just lost to the Browns.
Yeah, but that was Baker Mayfield. That's different.
They lost to the Browns.
No. They lost to the fighting Baker Mayfields. That's different now. That's different.
They lost
to
the Browns.
Look, I had still them at 22.
No, I didn't lose to the Browns. They gave up a huge lead against the Browns.
Baker Mayfield.
No, I agree with you, Baker Mayfield,
one.
but maybe the Jets are just
They're going to win a couple games this year. I'm not quite as low on the Jets as I was at the beginning of the year.
Let's go to number 26. It's the Indianapolis Colts, who, Andrew Luck has not looked very good. In fact, he's looked pretty below average. So below average, in fact, that he didn't even throw the Hail Mary.
Ball around.
They've wanted to throw him as much as he can, just simply so he can get the reps in. But things are a problem when Jacoby Brissett has to come in and throw the Hail Mary pass at the end of the game.
Fair enough.
That's how things are wrong.
That's a good point there.
Yeah. So number 26.
I think he'll be okay, but this seems about right for the Colts.
Yeah. At number 26, we have the Colts. Let's go to number 25 on our NFL Power Rankings. The New York Football Giants finally getting the first win of the season, 27-22 against the Houston Texans, jumping up 4 spots.
I would like for you to explain yourself as to how and you can also argue for Mitchell Renz over there, how you had the Giants at 22.
Because I had the Giants highly ranked coming into this year, and 3 weeks of football isn't going to make me plummet them all the way down the rankings.
Yeah, but they were 0-2, and they beat a bad Texans team.
I did this last year, too. I'm very slow with changing overall rankings. Like
you're going to regret it.
James Yoder had the Vikings coming in number 29. Like, I just don't. I don't go that way. I kind of let things matriculate throughout the season. I still think that the Giants are going to be a decent football team this year. I had them at 22. Let's do a recap through our power rankings so far. Cardinals at number 32, Raiders at 31, Texans at 30, and then the Bills at number 29. Got the Niners at 28, the Jets at 27, the Colts at 26, and the Giants at 25. Let's go to number 24. It's the Dallas Cowboys, 1 spot ahead of the Giants, who, not surprisingly, their only win on the year coming against that Giants team.
This is where I had an issue with you putting the Giants ahead of the Cowboys. I know it's week 3. And I know, but when it's close head-to-head, and we can't do this for every team because it gets way out of whack, how can you have the Giants ahead of the Cowboys, who the Cowboys just beat?
I understand that. It's just, from what I've watched from the Cowboys, the defense is fine.
Defense is good.
The offense is garbage.
That's like the Giants, only the Giants have an even worse defense.
I would take the Giants' skill position players over the Cowboys any day. It's like comparing a D1 football team to a D2.
You're moving the goalposts again.
What? I just think the Giants are a better football team.
I didn't ask about the offensive skill.
The Lions beat the Patriots. Are the Lions better than the Patriots?
Yes, they should be right ahead of them.
Oh, good Christ. Should the Cowboys fire Jason Garrett? Give me an F for fire. Give me a K for keep. Give him until week 8.
Here's the issue with firing Garrett, actually, like right now or at any point in the year. If you fire Garrett, you kind of got to fire Scott Linehan, too, because those two are tied together at the hip for some weird reason. And if Linehan and Garrett are gone, who calls your plays?
When did
Moore,
Garrett
Sanjay
stop
Law,
calling plays?
A couple of seasons ago.
Ay.
I think that Garrett needs to fire Scott Linehan, call his own plays, and then get fired at the end of the year. That's what needs to happen.
BetDSI has given us some great odds on whether or not Jason Garrett will be the Cowboys head coach in 2019. Odds on yes, plus 135. Odds on no at minus 180. Tom, what are you picking?
I'm picking no. He's not going to be the head coach. He's gone. I already put money down on BetDSI, Harris. I got Garrett getting fired by the end of the year.
I'm putting on yes.
He's not going to be the head coach.
I'm putting on yes. If there's one thing that Jerry Jones can't shake, it's Jason Garrett. It's like trying to get rid of herpes, all right? Jerry Jones is never going to get rid of Jason Garrett. They're going to have to rip them apart. They're in love, Tom.
Nah.
It's never going to happen.
Also, Jerry's not even calling the shots anymore.
That's fair. I'll give you that one. If you want to bet on whether or not Jason Garrett will be the Cowboys head coach on any of the NFL games we have coming on this upcoming weekend, head to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code LIVE120. Get a 120% deposit bonus. What is a 120% deposit bonus?
You
Tom?
put down $100. They'll give you $120 for free for a grand total of $220 to bet with. You're literally playing with the house money if you use promo code LIVE120 at chatsports.com/bet.
I did that. I have yet to touch the money I initially deposited. It's fantastic. Let's go to number 23, the Seattle Seahawks. Taking a little bit of a jump here from 27 last week. They took down the Cowboys at home 24-13. It's just not a very good football team. They're just not that talented.
They're clearly better than the Cowboys because they did win that head-to-head matchup. The offensive line still has issues, although they were better than I thought they were going to be against Dallas. And the good news is Earl Thomas is still really stupid good.
Yeah, really.
Which he kind of had a massive role in winning that game with 2 critical interceptions. I don't trust Seattle yet, but they needed that win to at least give themselves a chance at making a playoff push.
Also good to see Chris Carson performing at the level that he's been at least especially in that game against the Cowboys. He looks quite good in the return from that injury. Let's go to 22. Maybe the second weirdest win of the NFL season so far after the Bills beat the Vikings. The Lions beat the Patriots on Sunday Night Football 26-10. Tom, did the Lions win that game or did the Patriots lose that game? Or is it a little bit of both?
It's always both.
It's
always both. You don't win
both.
games on accident in the NFL, Harris. You have to have some type of skill there. Very impressed by Matt Patricia. Still pretty underwhelmed by the first 3 weeks as a whole because they got the pants beat off them by the Jets, which is actually why I had the Jets ahead of the Lions in my rankings.
It kind of looked like the Lions prepared for week 3 and just forgot about weeks 1 and 2. They looked extraordinarily prepared to beat the Patriots.
Or are the Lions going to finish around 8-8 again this year?
Oh, they
9-7.
are. That was always the goal.
Always the Detroit Lions.
Always the most average team in the NFL. Let's go to number 21 on our NFL power rankings. We got the Cleveland Browns, Tom. They won a game. Yay,
and they got a tie. No, I'm not giving you a soda. They have a tie too, so there you go. They've only lost one game. That's the best way to look at it.
But you know what time it is, Tom.
It's Baker Mayfield time. Thank God.
QB1.
But for real, how upsetting is it if you're a Browns fan in reality, in terms of confidence in your head coach, to have to wait for an injury to your starter to see a clearly superior player?
You just mentioned confidence in your head coach, and you were meeting Hugh Jackson.
Yeah, because there is none. That's the point.
Sir, if there is one thing I know about the NFL right now, it's that Hugh Jackson has no idea how to handle an NFL quarterback. He wanted to trade for A.J. McCarron. He started to Rod Taylor over Baker Mayfield. I don't want it. I don't want this at all. Good for the Browns, though, for winning a game. They got a nice matchup coming up this weekend against the Oakland Raiders, or Las Vegas Raiders, soon to be.
It's still the Oakland Raiders.